For Norwegians, it's always too hot everywhere.
Like the tension, the misapprehensions about our nature in love.
So, as we all know, your last album, The Gods We Can't Touch, came out in 2022. Right.
What year is it?
2022.
Is it last year?
Yeah, it's last
Oh,
year.
wow. Time moves so slow.
They hurt, so you blamed it all on my love, the movie.
But if I have to choose between dog and cats, I love cats.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Jeoli，
我是 Jaco。
感谢声音速写节目的邀请。In this video, we have a very special guest, Aurora.
Hey.
So first of all, we just want to say welcome to China.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so before we begin our interview, what is the last song that you listened to before you got here?
Before I got here to this room or to Beijing?
To this room.
Oh, to this room. I haven't listened to music in many days.
In many days?
No.
Why is that?
And I don't often listen to music, but you should listen
Yeah.
to music all the time. I had a song in my head.
Is it your song?
No. The do 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 do.
Oh, that sounds familiar. What's that?
Young man.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
There's a place you can go. I said, young man, when you're short on your dough, you can stay there.
But yeah,
That's a cool song.
I've had that in my head for 5 days. So sadly, that's the only music I listen to.
Besides from that,
Yeah.
who is your favorite artist at the time? Or your favorite music genre?
I'm very into ancient music. Music that is very old. That hits a part of you that feels very ancient and magical. I'm really into that because I feel like it awakens me in an incredible way. When I was small, I loved Enya.
Enya.
She's a very beautiful artist that sings very like, she sounds like a fairy all the time. And she had a song in Lord of the Rings. So obviously, she's the best, she's the coolest.
Do you have a favorite music project or album that you can think of right now?
I've always been a very big fan of Flying Whales by a band called Gojira. They're a heavy metal band from France.
Waters of chaos have invaded all space. The flood on earth again. I have to find the whales.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you really love ancient music. And how do you think this type of music has influenced your songwriting?
I feel like when I listen to both kind of traditional music or indigenous music, I feel like the voices, they come from the belly and the feet, and not only the throat, you know. I feel like they sing from a bigger place than human, because it's like the voice goes through you, not from you.
It's like the energy comes from
The ground.
The ground.
Yeah. That's why I never sing with shoes.
Oh, that's very interesting.
A lot of the indigenous cultures in the world that has been suppressed, you know. There's a lot of pain and a lot of dreams of freedom in this music and these voices. So it's very, there is a beauty in it that really inspires me, that makes me cry every time.
Definitely.
Next, we are going to talk about your songwriting. And you mentioned in an interview that Runaway was one of your very first songs. And that's actually, you said, that's for your homework. Is that true?
Oh! And when I first wrote Runaway, I was around 11. But a lot of the parts only had like da di da di da di da di da di da. It didn't really have words, but the kind of the song were mostly written way before. And then I didn't really like school so much, and I had very bad morals when it came to doing homework. So we had music when I was 13, I think, music in school. And to kind of avoid working, which I enjoyed when I was 13. Yeah, I didn't really go to a lot of the music classes.
Okay.
Because I'm a very naughty child. And then I just said, but I don't need to learn music. I know music. And then I played my teacher the song. Which is kind of arrogant. But yeah.
Just like you just said, something from the ground and the earth, and you learn music from this.
Yes, yes. I was like, this is not the way I feel. I want to learn music.
So, why did you start writing music?
I think around 6.
6.
That was the first time I found this small keyboard, Yamaha keyboard, on like the attic in our house. Because nobody really played music when I was a child. My older sister did a bit, Miranda. But yeah, I found it in the attic, and it didn't work, so you had to hold the on button in with your hand. So I could only play with one hand because I had to hold it open, on myself. But yeah, and I was like, oh, I can play everything, and I tried out playing, and I realized that these notes go there, and I can pretty much play any song I want.
Yeah.
And it was kind of easy to understand, the structure of it.
If you have to choose one, which song from yours is your personal favorite? It's a hard question, right?
It's like asking me to choose between my children.
Yeah.
I think it's a song called Soulless Creatures from A Different Kind of Human.
Fear some hearts I wouldn't lie. I got memories that travels my mind.
I'm sure a lot of the fans are curious to know what's your songwriting process like.
There's not really one way you do it. Especially now that I'm out traveling, working all the time. When I was little, it was always the same. I was in my room, in the attic, playing and just in silence, writing, and then kind of just happened. And now I just write with whatever is in front of me, If I'm on a plane, I can't play on a piano. So then I write the words. And if I'm home in silence, I love listening to anything that's in between the notes, the ringing, echo of the piano notes is my favorite sound in the world.
Like the spaces between.
Yeah, the space and the air in music is as important as the noise, I think.
So, as we all know, you had a fans meeting some days ago.
Yes.
And how was the experience? How was it like meeting all your fans in China?
It's very nice.
Yeah.
They were all really sweet, and I could feel, could almost touch the love in the air. It's really thick, And strangely, I felt like I kind of knew them all, even though we live so far apart and we've never met. It felt very familiar, which was very beautiful. And I felt very at home and kind of comfortable and safe. It was good.
That's nice to hear.
The most memorable moment for me is you were saying "Exist for Love."
And then I learned the truth, how everything good in life seems to lead back to you. And
after coming here for a couple of days, what is your first impression of China?
It's such a big place. It never ends.
True. It never ends.
It's bigger than my whole country. There's more people here in this city
There's a
than
lot
my
of
whole
people here.
country. I'm kind of realizing that our food back home is a bit boring, which is sad, because your food is really exciting. It's really important that we visit each other, that you, as a human, go somewhere far from home during your life, because we all sit here on different sides of the planet,
Yeah.
and we don't really understand each other. Everything is very different. Things can look scary from afar, but when you're up close, nothing is scary. It's all just very beautiful and exciting, and like a beautiful adventure. So I'm really appreciating all my Chinese fans that they've brought me here, because I don't think as a human I would ever come here unless I had this beautiful, meaningful reason. So I'm feeling very lucky, because my mind has been a bit more opened, you know, after being here, and that's really cool. Something that was unfamiliar is now known, and that is a very cool gift.
Yeah. It's the gift of traveling.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you plan to have to tour in Asia?
Yes,
Is that true?
of course I want to do that.
Wow.
I don't know when.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
might be sooner than you think or later than you hope, something in between. But it's, of course I want to do that. That would be a dream.
Yeah. It would be a dream for us too. We will
Yeah, well,
definitely
it's
be
our
there.
dream.
Yeah. Okay. So now we will be moving on to your music projects. So as we all know, your last album, The Gods We Can't Touch, came out in 2022. Right.
What year is it? Is it last year?
Yes.
Oh wow. Time moves so slow.
So, what's your favorite song in that album?
Not again.
Another.
Well, I guess again the underdog. I always love the underdog in the world. But if I have to choose with dog and cats, I love cats. Okay, I think I like the last song,
Oh,
A Little Place Called the Moon.
I can see it in my mind. I can see them get in line. Like
And you once mentioned that the album was about Greek mythology and gods. Can you talk more about that?
I was wondering why we put God in the sky. Because in a lot of indigenous cultures, in a lot of in our belief a long, long time ago, we used to, I guess, God was in everything. In the water we could drink, in the sun we could feel on our skin, in everything here on earth. And then at one point in history, everyone moved God up to the sky, far away, out of touch.
Yeah, like separated from us.
Separated very from us, and the god or gods became more and more out of reach. Especially, you know, it's just interesting. And I wonder what this kind of movement did to humankind and how we treat everything on Earth, and how we treat our animals, each other, how we treat our planet, which is dying. It's obviously not that good. So it's really intriguing to me what this thing has done to our mentality. So I couldn't really find an answer to this question, and when I can't find the answers, I write about it. So maybe it'll make more sense after the process.
Okay, so we have to talk about your new song, Your Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just came out a few days ago, and it is really fire. We all loved it.
Ooh.
It's such a dynamic and powerful song. And could you talk about the song? What is it about, and how was you writing it?
It's always hard when a song is new to talk about what it's about, because I don't want to say too much either, because I want
Right.
people to find their own meaning. But I guess I'm moving now in my life, from kind of the gods and the large things, and history, to more the present, to presence, and to the human. So it's very anatomical, a universe I'm entering.
Right.
So your blood felt like a very logical beginning for me. So I had a title in my head for many months. Sometimes the best way you can help yourself is to ask others for help and to allow others to help you. And I think it's a very important thing to not believe there's no way out of pain.
So you mentioned in your fans meeting that a lot of your inspirations come from world music. Yeah. And could you give us an example of how that some part of world music has a large influence on you or on your music?
I like any music that I felt was written because he had something to say or something to process. And I feel like back long in the ancient times, we wrote songs and we sang because we had to grieve or celebrate. All the music always had a purpose. We've always had a need to sing as humans or to make music. It's a natural part of our way of experiencing life and emotions. I think that's what I like about it, because it just feels very in tune.
How do you think that your audience might describe your music?
And I think I'm often described as like dark pop or fairy pop, like pop for fairies. That's me. No, I think like it's very emotional music. Yeah, I think that's how they describe it.
And how would you describe your own music?
Maybe kind of the same.
Kind of the same.
Because it is pop, because it's popular, and it's quite dark. And because I write a lot about sadness or murder. I have written a lot about murder as well. Murder song, yeah, which I wrote when I was 9. That was the first time I murdered someone. I have not murdered anyone, just disclaimer. Don't you do that either. Eh?
So we are going to play a little game, like a drawing game.
Oh, the innocent.
Oh yeah, no. Okay. This is a very cheeky song. I was a bit drunk when I did this song.
So
That's nice.
let's see.
Okay.
That's cool.
It's wine, because I was drinking wine, red wine, when I was writing this. And it's me and my sisters dancing in the wine.
And it looks like the ancient.
Oh, like cave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cave drawing.
This is cave man, which is the Norwegian equivalent to my sisters.
I drew based on, synesthesia.
Synesthesia?
Yeah.
You have
I
it?
have like I don't know what's called, but I can like kind of see the sound. So these small things, these would be the pianos.
Oh, really?
The pianos, and
Yeah.
this would be kind of like the snares and the drums
Wow.
or something.
I love this.
And your voice is like purpley, like
I see that. I can see it.
Probably I'm drawing this part.
Okay.
Does look like the same.
Yeah, it
right?
does.
And this is what I feel in this music.
It's beautiful.
And everything is so positive.
Okay, so now our interview is almost done. Is there anything you would like to say to all your Chinese fans out there?
Oh yeah, a lot of things. I can't wait to come and tour here, and I can't wait to play shows for you, and to meet you all, obviously. And I hope that you know what I mean. and that you stay good to yourself. It's very important for me that you are kind to yourself and that you know that I'm very proud. And I can't wait to be back.
I'm sure all the fans will be very excited to hear that you are, if you can come here more often. And I'm sure they will be very happy.
本次采访到这里就要结束了，谢谢大家的观看，也感谢 AURORA 的到来，我们下期视频再见，拜拜。
Bye.
Bye.
OK。